Top Shelf.
Hello, welcome to Top Shelf Board Games. I'm Hubba.
I'm Sabrina.
And today we're reviewing the Bermuda Crisis Discovery Dawning. In this game, you are a team that has arrived on the Bermuda Triangle in search of powerful artifacts. It's a card game, it's card driven, and you will basically be gathering resources from a common deck. Common resources, you'll be gathering rare resources and using these resources to upgrade your camps and increase the abilities that you have for the game. Every time you upgrade a camp, you unlock a special ability for your team. And there's 3 different camps that specialize in different areas. There's catalyst cards that you'll be receiving as the game progresses. These are secret objectives that players are working towards to get victory points. Also, upgrading camps gives you victory points. You can also buy different boost cards that will, just like they say, they'll give you boosts. They'll increase your points. They'll increase your options. They'll give you different cool things to do. You can also get ambush cards, which lets you do a little bit more of interacting with other players and attacking them. This game also has quite a bit of negotiation. It's one of those games that's kind of an open-ended negotiations.
For trading.
Mm-hmm. You can
use the adventure cards to get nature points, which can be another way to win, and that's another route. As long you can get scrolls, the scroll.
Right. There's 3 ways to win the game. If the little sand tracker runs out of time, then whoever has the most nature points wins the game. If somebody is able to amass 14 victory points, they automatically will win the game.
Or they get the 3 pieces of the one scroll.
Of the Brine Horn Scroll, I believe is what it's called.
Oh, yeah. Brine Horn Scroll.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's my favorite way to play this game.
You think you'd learn, though, that's not the way.
I beat you. Oh, no, I didn't.
No.
Crap. No, I didn't beat her.
He almost did, though. Anyways.
Every upgrade you get gives you different abilities. Every card gives you different options. The adventure cards in particular have both a positive side to them that help you in a positive way, but players can use powerful artifact cards to rotate those cards so now that adventure card will now give you a negative effect. So you have to be careful about the adventure cards that you get and play, because as soon as you buy one, it goes right into play and you don't really know what it's going to be. And it could be beneficial, or it could come back to bite you later on down the road.
Right.
Artifacts give you lots of different abilities. You can disable camps. You can rotate the venture cards, like I said. You can use them as
like a joker.
Like a random resource.
Mm-hmm.
And so the artifacts are very powerful. The artifacts, though, also increase the time. They move the time marker every time you draw an artifact card. So depending on which strategy you go for, you got to be careful about getting artifacts and things like that.
There is different routes of there is different rules for trading. So you can't trade the last piece of the Brine Horn Scroll.
Yeah, if I have 2, she can't give me the 3rd one in a trade. You can't trade victory points. This game is hand management. It's a hand management type of game. Mm-hmm. Gathering those resources and then choosing how to spend those resources. I guess it's more of a resource management than it is hand management. So this is a game that you may not have heard of. It's not one that it's a new game. It's fairly new, and it's not one that has a ton of buzz around it yet. And it's unfortunate, because this is one of those games that is a gem. It's a diamond in the rough. I think it's one of those games that I didn't expect to like it as much as I do. I mean, I thoroughly, and I need to quit hitting the table because it's probably hitting the mic. But I thoroughly enjoy this game. And it kind of caught me by surprise how much I liked it. It is a bit chaotic. Once you get a lot of different abilities out there, it can get a little overwhelming with all the different things you got going on.
But the more you play it, the more you don't notice that.
Yeah, and maybe
you're getting used to the rules and the mechanics and the whatnot. For me, the first time I played it, I was overwhelmed. I always say that on every game, I was overwhelmed. But when I was done with the game, I was like super happy. Like I was on that new board gamer high of like that was an awesome game.
Yeah.
I haven't had that in a long time because we played a lot of games and you know how you get kind of in that rhythm. But this one refreshed board gaming for me. I was thoroughly happy with it. Loved it.
This is one of the games that, Jared, the designer, contacted us, and I didn't know anything about the game at the time. And,
well, it's a Kickstarter game.
Right, and asked if we would do a how to play for it. And I, of course, I was happy to do that. And, the game caught us by surprise. I mean, Sabrina really liked it. I really liked it. And it was one of those times where I had to shoot Jared an email because just to thank him for sending it to us because it was such a refreshing game to play. It just was really enjoyable. Really,
I couldn't wait to get to the table again to get it over. And so we've played multiple times. So it's easy to set up and get it going once you learn it the first time. We had to watch our how-to though to refresh, which luckily is really short. So we used it to refresh and just get playing again. So I really like that we did how-tos for it.
So check out the how to play. Let's see what else about this game. I mean, I like hand management, resource management. I like the different
routes of how you win.
Yeah, but that's my favorite mechanic, I think, is resource, hand management. If it's got that in there, I am a sucker for games like that. So this game is that. Plus, it's got the customization, which I'm always a sucker for, too. And I really like it. With all the options you have to customize and the new abilities you gain over the course of the game, like I said, it gets overwhelming. I think that's why my strategy tends to be focused on collecting the Brine scroll. Because I can kind of play that gambling odd. Because there's one piece of the scroll in the rare deck, there's one piece in the common deck, and one piece in the venture deck. You don't know where, so you can just sit there and draw cards. And you can upgrade your camp to let you be able to draw more cards or manipulate the decks a little bit to help you find, dig through those piles faster to get that scroll. I almost always negotiate my way to trade Sabrina to get a scroll from her if she's acquired one before me, just because that's the route I like to go.
I'm saying he gets lucky because my Catalyst cards wants me to make a trade of a Brinehorn scroll. I can say it. Or just do a trade. So what I really enjoy of the Catalyst cards is that he doesn't have a clue what I'm trying to do. And so I'll be like, so you sure you don't want to make that trade?
Sometimes she's pretty obvious that she needs to trade a pearl to complete a Catalyst card.
I'm going to just give you a pearl. I don't want a pearl. Yes, you do. I promise. But that's not...
You really want it? No, I really don't, babe. You can keep that pearl. I don't want it.
Yeah. I mean, it was because I was trying to do a rare for a common. But it was actually... I was supposed to get the common, give him the rare, but I did it backwards.
No. You were supposed to get a rare from me and collect a common.
Oh, I did it backwards again.
And she wanted to give me the rare, and I just give her a common.
So I misread it. So that was
right. That's how it worked. Yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah.
Anyways, it became pretty obvious she needed that to complete her Catalyst, so I told her no.
But that's
however, I think I needed the scroll at the same time, so I think there was a deal made somewhere along that line of.
I had to wait patiently a couple more rounds to do another trade or figure out how to do a trade. But that's what I enjoy is we haven't gone through all the cards. And so there's like little things that you don't know what's out there. So you're like, it just adds that extra, it refreshes again.
The surprise. Ooh, that's a cool card.
Yeah. Or like,
I didn't realize how this could interact with that.
Right. Well, because the one card came out and he flipped it. And so it gave me extra bonus points. And I used that to my advantage and won.
Which is crap.
So
if you go to our Facebook page, you can see the update of the game we were playing, right? We did a Facebook Live where we showed kind of the first part of the game, and then we did an update at the end of the game
who won
that showed you who won that game. Go watch it. You can see how stinking close I was to winning. I was one card away. The next card I was going to purchase was the third piece of my Brine scroll. But she got her 14 victory points right before I was going to do that. And it was because of that card that I had rotated. The card I rotated was the excavation card, I believe, which was I believe that was one of the promo Kickstarter like bonus cards or whatever. And it gave her 5 nature points.
My 5 nature points, a victory point.
Right. Every 5 nature points she got a victory point from it. But what did it do for me?
When you flipped it?
Yeah.
I don't know when you flipped it. Because you just gave you negative, because you had to
that's right.
You had to be less negative nature points.
I had to have less nature points than she did. I needed to have less than she did in order to be able to draw more cards. I really needed to draw more cards because I needed to get through that deck. And so that's why I did it. I gave her those points so I could have less nature points to be able to draw more cards. And so I kept playing that balance of giving her points while trying to draw as fast as I could.
I didn't even catch on to it, though.
Came so close.
That I would have won that way. So I'm glad he switched the card over because I didn't even catch it. So until after, and I was like, I'm really close. If I do this catalyst card to do this, and this gives me I got 4 points.
Yeah.
At the very end. I mastermind it, which that's another cool thing about this game is you can do multiple things to give you tons of victory points all at once if your cards are laying out right. And you can disable, we talked about disabling camps, right? He kept trying to disable my camp, but it wasn't working because of other cards out there too. So
I don't know what you would really compare the game to. I mean, it's kind of a magic feel, kind of a...
I think it's all on its own.
All the different abilities, but it's not really... I don't really know what I would compare the game to.
Nothing ever came to my mind when I played it. Because usually when I play games, I refer them to something else so I can learn quicker or whatever. But this one, I haven't really... Nothing came to my mind when we were playing it. Which is probably another a nice refresh game mechanic and everything. So I liked playing cards. Most of my games that I enjoy have cards in them. Card driven. Mm-hmm. Yeah, same and worker placement, but these doesn't have it's not worker placement at all.
Right.
But I do enjoy cards. I mean, that's what I grew up on, was playing Pinochle. So
it's a very unique game. I highly, highly recommend this game. I mean, I cannot tell you enough to go out and buy this game.
Now, is this more than 2 players or just 2 player?
No, you can play multiple players. You can play 4. There's also a basic side to the board I didn't mention. Basic camp upgrades. We played the advanced, and I recommend just playing the advanced. It's funner. Yeah, it's a little more chaotic, but it's way better. Mm-hmm. And but yeah, this game, go out and get it. This is a great game. It's fairly cheap. I think it's $39 or something, $40 on his site. Great game. It's under the radar right now. If you're looking for a game that's not, in the big hype, that's not, Cult of the Newish with all the miniatures and stuff. You're just looking for something unique that's kind of floating under the radar. So this is that game.
Well, and the artwork too. I really did enjoy the artwork. It was really nice to look at. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, the one thing I didn't like as far as the design of the cards is when you're holding the cards, the resources in your hand, like a hand of poker cards or whatever. You can't see what the resources are. I wish there was a little symbol in the corner of all the cards so you could see that it's a diamond.
He does say that every time we play.
It's a pearl or whatever, because they got this giant picture of the resource, the coal, the rock, the water, the lumber, whatever it is. Gold. You got a big symbol on the card, but when you're holding it like a hand of cards, you can't see any of the symbols. That's a little frustrating sometimes for me, but it's not that big of a deal. That's really the only thing I would change with the design of it. But great game. It's a diamond in the rough for sure.
I think it definitely jumped up in my rankings. I really like this game. This is one I will play it every day. I kind of was the first time I played it. I don't know. It lasted a couple of days, and I was just I really liked that game. That was a good game. I wanted to play more, and I was just renewed. I loved it.
Yeah, normally we're going to do the how to play for it, but we really wanted to do a review on this game, so you could find that diamond in the rough. And I hope this helps you, and hopefully you enjoyed it as much as we do. Maybe you won't. Maybe you won't like it. It'll be too chaotic for you. But for us, it was a home run. Knocked it out of the park. Another game that we completely agree on as far as how much we like it.
And I think it does not happen very often. It fits both our personalities.
Because you can do your crazy analyzing stuff, and I can just do the press my luck, try to get the scrolls. So
right, but it has the trading and the bickering. Well, I mean, we just bicker.
The trading is actually pretty well with 2 players too. A lot of trading and negotiation for 2 players is
sometimes we don't do it anyway at all because I try to avoid it.
Right, but this one, we
trade a lot.
Even with 2 people, you have a lot of reason to do it. You have a lot of reason to initiate trades, and it's fairly open ended which sometimes can also be a major drawback, but it works in this game for 2 players.
Right. And this is another game that I kind of have to go with the flow. I kind of have to go with the cards that are given to me. This is the game that I meant too.
Adaptable.
Both games, I have to be adaptable. So that's probably why I like these two. If you watch our other review, our other one, Islebound, I said that I had to adapt. Well, this is the first game that I had to learn to let go and adapt, because I had to go with what cards were given to me to what camp I was going to take. Because I kept trying to think, I'm going to go with this camp. But I had to realize about what resources were given to me. I didn't overanalyze. I just kind of went with the cards that were given to me, the resources that were given to me, the trades that happened, and just went with it. And I really enjoy that. I like to overanalyze, but I like games that make me not overanalyze either. And this game does that for me.
So, thanks for watching, guys. Remember to subscribe to the channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter.
And we're on SoundCloud now, so you can just listen to our audio from all of our reviews.
We've also launched a Patreon account. If you are enjoying what you're watching and you want to help us to improve our quality and improve the sound, we need mic in particular, you can go to Patreon. You can contribute there and unlock some pretty cool rewards and help us out in the process. So thanks for watching, and
we appreciate it very much.
Happy gaming.
Thanks.
Bye.